death, eternal punishment for anyone who opens this casket.
The mummy. Is it dead or alive? Human or inhuman? You'll know. You'll see. You'll feel the awful, creeping, crawling terror that stands your hair on end and brings a scream to your lips. There's nothing on earth like the mummy.
You will not remember what I show you now, and yet I shall awaken memories of love and crime and death.
Now I know his horrible plan. He is going to kill her and make her a living mummy like himself.
Authentic relic of the Black Room. One of the most horrible legends that has ever come out of the Dark Ages. Imagine a baron of an old castle. A baron who fascinates women with an almost hypnotic attraction. He loves them violently, and then he murders.
I don't mean to frighten you, Tim, but that Gregor's a monster. Don't you feel it?
Every time he comes near me.
I must ask you to do one thing. Never allow yourself to be alone with him for a minute. Will you promise me that?
Of course, dear.
Ask him what became of my sister.
Your sister?
Yes, and the other women.
Take him away.
Ask him what becomes of all the women. Why are they never seen again?
He went to wed the beautiful tale.
There! It's the man who murdered Colonel Hassel.
He escaped and hid in the Black Room.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Wednesday night Scream Stream Mini-sodes. I am your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friends, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening.
Mr. Fresh Rogan, how are we doing tonight, Fresh? Sorry to
I am good. I appreciate it. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic. I hope everyone out there is doing well as well. We are here bringing you some classic public domain horror for your Wednesday night. Just a little sample offering, a little appetizer, as it were, as we were talking about before the stream. Bringing you television episodes of a little show called The Veil, which is a supernatural paranormal anthology series hosted by Boris Karloff, who's one of the greatest horror movie stars of the 20th century. So, pretty big deal. Pretty big deal.
I want to know, where's Boris Karl on?
No, he can't be. He can't be on. He doesn't get paid enough for that. It's Boris Karl off. That's the only way, you know.
Why don't you just Boris Karl off?
It really does, yeah. That does.
You
sound
know what?
like
Get out of my face. just Boris Karloff.
Ooh, that's the new playground insult. That's what all the kids are saying out there nowadays, right? All the
All the
bullies.
young kids know exactly what Boris Karloff is.
Everybody knows who Boris Karloff is, right? I'm not just living in a bubble, right?
No. You're fine. You're fine.
You're good.
It's a household name. Everybody knows him.
Everybody knows Boris Karloff. I mean, whether you directly,
whether you realize it or not.
Yeah, I was gonna say most people, it's either direct or probably most people indirectly know who Boris Karloff is, but most people have seen something that he is.
If you've ever heard the Monster Mash.
If you ever heard the Monster Mash, then that's, that's Karloff's influence right there. So again, pretty big deal. So he is the wonderful host that we spend our Wednesdays with for The Veil, which is last week we watched Vision of Crime, which was a nice little kind of a paranormal, what would you call that? Not psych.
Cautionary tale, I think they're called.
Cautionary tale. Well, yes. I mean, certainly that guy learned his lesson, but he had a psychic event, which was,
He had a singular vision of crime.
It was very just the one crime. He's not like.
I guess it was enough.
I mean, I guess that was all he needed was to see it late enough to not even be able to help his brother, but be able to learn the horrible, horrible truth about who the killer was. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out after tonight's show on our, or go over to our YouTube page, check out Vision of Crime. Tonight we are watching an episode called Girl on the Road, and I have seen this before. And I can attest.
The much anticipated sequel to the Jack Kerouac novel.
Yes, it's now most sequels
On the road.
Most sequels put the thing after like it's whatever 2 or whatever there's always it comes after, but here you get Girl on the Road, right? It's just on the road, Girl on the Road. So maybe it's a prequel. Who knows? No, I've seen it before. It's a lot of fun. It's Karloff. Like we talked about last week, Karloff is in pretty much all of these, and he is having fun. You can tell he's having fun. What was he?
He's having a good time.
He was like
Sound like the parent on the side of the kids. Soccer match.
Well,
when
he's having
really
fun.
Bad.
Well, we saw last week he was a Cockney constable, and he was having a lot of fun. You could tell.
Go, little Boris.
Yeah, you could tell he's having fun out there. You really could. But tonight his role is a little more, a little more on brand, a little more in line with what you would expect from Boris Karloff.
Is he still the good guy?
I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'll let you guys figure that out as we
guys decide. Who's the real bad guy?
Right. Who is the real bad guy? That's for you.
Turns out the real monster was the viewer.
Should have known all along. You're the monsters. No. No, you're not monsters. We love you. We bring you monsters. We bring monsters to your living room every Wednesday and Friday, and so I'm sure we're in store for a good one here. I think personally. So let's see. I'm trying to remember, last week I feel like we were, I felt like it kind of the episode started good and then it kind of petered out. Like we weren't elated by the end, right? It was kind of predictable, if I'm remembering correctly. Cylon, are you fucking with me?
No. Quick audio check. Garrett, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Okay. I can now.
Are we experiencing
Kidding.
some audio
There's no way I
difficulties?
could have answered your question if I couldn't hear.
And I don't know. Silence is
We're
something.
fine. Everything's fine.
Silent, I think you're
There's something about the movement of your jowls.
I knew Silarn was fucking with me. You know what, Silarn? You know, something's wrong with your jowls, and I don't even have to be looking at you. I can just tell by the chat. I can tell by what you're typing, and your jowls are just moving all over the place. You don't fool me. Oh no, Fresh, are you serious?
Oh no.
Fresh, really?
Yeah, dude,
You
so
are
much fun.
not. No way. Fresh. So for those of you who don't know, Nation States is a it is
The website from like 2010.
It is so
It's
old.
like a nation.
And Silarn has been playing it since about then. Silarn loves it. And he's wanted me to get into it. I got into it at first, but I kind of fell off pretty quick. But Fresh, you're enjoying it.
Yeah, so Silarn invited me to a Discord for an RP they were doing, and I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Everyone was talking about what kind of language they're going to be speaking and what weapons they were bringing, and I thought I was in like an illegal Discord for a second.
You somehow got into some January 6th Part 2 Discord or something like that.
People said, I'm bringing the AKs, who's bringing the APC? Make sure that we can bring a tank. At Silarn, are we allowed to bring a tank?
You're just like, oh shit, I didn't know Joe was Silarn still had that militia going on.
The Silarn militia has grown in numbers.
And their weaponry.
But yeah, it was badass. It was like, holy shit, this is a thing.
And so now
I did not know it was a thing until then. So now I'm hooked on Nation States. I play it all day at work now.
All day at work now. Don't let it consume your life. I feel like Silarn at times has let it consume his life. So don't let it happen to you, Fresh. But I'm
like,
glad.
what are you working on? And I'm like, hang on, I have to decide if I'm gonna ban food from the schools because some kid that was allergic to peanuts died from getting exposed to peanuts.
See, like, it's always random shit like that. Like, it's so detailed. Like, what?
It's awesome.
Like, Silarn will always come and tell me, like, oh, and it's the craziest story you've ever heard. And I forget for a second that, like, wait, what is he telling me about right now? This is so wild. Like, it ends up being so intricate and involved that.
Oh, yeah, the RP. Yes. Hang on.
Oh, we got a little plug action going on here, huh?
So they do really in-depth RPs on the forums there that have nothing to do with the nations, like the game at all. And there was Joe Blink, or yes, some Silarn linked me to a very lengthy, like, alternate universe historical RP about a battle happening at the Biltmore.
Wow. That is ridiculous.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean the Biltmore is, I mean that's a classic. If you were gonna plunk down a Call of Duty map in this area, that would be it.
Yeah, 100%.
I could see that. That makes sense. Seems like
And only veteran players know you can take the dumbwaiter down as the shortcut to get between floors.
Right.
It's always the dumbwaiter, isn't it? Always. Gotta love those dumbwaiters. If I have the opportunity one day to build a house, you better believe I'm putting in dumbwaiters. I'm putting in secret passages. Like,
hear me out. So you have a little mini elevator for food between floors that you can control with your phone, called a smart waiter.
what?
Dude.
No way that would be
Get Zuckerberg in on this.
Yes, smart
Smart
waiter, dude.
waiter.
Oh my god. If that's not already
Somebody
a thing,
call up Steve Jobs.
Wait, let me get my Ouija
don't you
board
mean
out.
somebody dig up Steve Jobs?
Hang on, we can still talk to him.
Yeah, we can be polite. We'll use the board.
Yeah, we'll summon him and beat him up for being a nerd.
Well, I mean, you know, beat him up for
gosh,
being a
Sideline
nerd.
Steve Jobs.
Oh no, is this the latest conspiracy theory?
Is he hanging out with Elvis?
Did whatever alternative medical remedies he sought to cure his incurable cancer actually work? And everybody else called him absolutely crazy for doing so? Wouldn't that be something? I could see all the big conspiracy people going crazy with that one.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Steve Jobs is out there.
Steve Jobs is alive. Oh no, Cylon.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, I
Okay.
forgot about that one. That's a real thing.
Yeah, yes. Well, I didn't know about the Steve Jobs part, but I've heard about that other part.
Oh, not the Steve Jobs part, but yes, the JFK thing is a real thing.
Yes, that is a real conspiracy theory. I'm not going to repeat it here. It just if you really believe that
I'll repeat
JFK
it.
Jr. is going to
gotcha.
come back and somehow lead some I don't even know. This is bullshit bananas. It doesn't make any sense. You could with literally any famous dead person. You're right.
It's like Mad Libs.
It's like Mad Libs.
It is like Mad Libs. All these people just go on their shows and play Mad Libs, and whatever names pop into their heads, it's like there's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no logic to any of that bullshit. It makes no sense. I don't know how they get any of that, but in their minds, they make it work.
I think Rosemary Kennedy's coming back. She's really
I think Boris Karloff's gonna reveal himself.
Yeah, it turns out when Boris Karloff created the Actors Union, it was actually a front for a top secret government actor. That whole coordination between the government and the creatives to take over America and brainwash everybody into being an idiot. And here we are.
Hang on, I'm gonna complete Sylarn's Mad Lib.
Famous dead person is okay. Yeah. Okay. You gonna read this?
Okay.
I got you.
All right. Let's hear it. Say it. Oh, you're not gonna say that? Oh my god, no, that's ridiculous. Oh my god.
I think that's gonna happen. That's what I read on 4chan.
Yeah, they read it on 4chan, so it's got to be true. It's a very reliable source. It's the internet.
You think
so
you
they
think
wouldn't
someone
put it
would
on
just
the
go on the internet
if it's
and lie?
not true.
You know what I love is that the generation that told us that like you can't believe anything you read on the internet now believes everything they read on the internet.
That is actually a great point, and that is wild to think about. It kind of blows my mind, but you're 100% right. How many times did you have teachers all throughout? Because we started learning computer stuff in kindergarten. So, literally, I think I had my first big research
I didn't.
project.
I went to the poor school.
Well,
Same.
I think I
was
had
in the hood.
I think I had my first big research project in like 5th grade. So 5th grade was the first time. And I remember stuff like that happening then.
I was 4 years old the first time I set foot in the research library.
Well, no, it was computer lab. Everybody went to the computer lab. You didn't remember going to the computer lab. Shut up.
I didn't go in kindergarten. I had to go in 3rd grade when I switched to a night ghetto school. That was my first time in 3rd grade.
I mean, I didn't think it was I don't think it's anything special. I mean, but yeah, I mean, it's, computer lab is, pretty common. But then 5th grade was when we were doing research projects, and that's when people started going around and be like, I read online that Abraham Lincoln was gay, and then it's like, then you have to go on that whole discourse, and it's like, you know, even from 5th grade, I started to realize, okay, like there's all this knowledge out there on the internet. What's true, what's false. And, you know, like you said, you would think teachers would have heeded their own advice. I don't know if that was the proper word. Sylarn, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
Got him. The fact that you can make that means that it's true. The fact that you can do that with the name means that it's automatically true now.
You think that's like his real name?
Could be. Who knows?
He had to change it before he started running for office.
Yeah, that's but yeah, misinformation has like always been, and not even misinformation, it's just the most basic like thing that is not true is the first thing that pops up. Somebody reads it and they start saying, "Hey, I guess that's what the teachers were worried about." But you're right. I don't know what changed over the past 20 years that now, you know, just got
a 5th grader these days must have it so hard. Can you imagine, like, you're doing your first ever research project today?
No, not at all.
Dude, it'd be so easy, bro. You go to Wikipedia, you look it up, and then you just use the sources at the bottom as your source, and then you're done.
Yeah, but you gotta actually hope that, like, but we don't know how much, if it's gotten harder, if it's stayed the same as far as, like, what they're asking at that age, at that grade level. You know?
I see what you're saying.
Is it harder? Are the assignments harder now because they can do more? And the teachers know they can do more? I have no clue.
Yeah, get on your iPad and figure out where Abraham Lincoln went hunting when he was 7 years old right now. Figure it out. 10 seconds, everybody.
The clock is ticking.
Clock's ticking. Oh. Yeah, you don't have the clickers anymore, the old shitty clickers. You have to just use iPads now. It's not the same.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
I miss using the little shitty remotes that didn't work to do quizzes in class.
That was pretty great. Everybody remembers that, right? With the eggs.
We used those in college.
Didn't we have the eggs? You guys, isn't that what they called them?
Oh, yeah.
The eggs.
Yeah, the eggs.
What was that? Like, was that middle school?
And then everyone would be like, what'd you pick?
No idea.
What did you pick?
Yeah, everybody's just trying to figure out who answered what. Who
What
was
did you
the
pick?
only person that answered the dumbest answer?
Oh my god, who answered
yeah,
C?
there's always one person who picked the most wrong answer.
Everybody's trying to figure out who picked that. Just the meanest kids. I mean, kids are all like that. Kids are still like that, right? Probably.
Who put that, bro? Who put that? My god.
And everybody started laughing.
Ha ha! You
And
idiot.
that's my supervillain origin story.
Yep.
Yeah, they made fun of me for picking C one too many times.
All it takes is get bullied one too many times. You know, you just even one time. Bullying is terrible. We do not condone bullying on the show, but you know, there's a fine line between bullying and good-natured ribbing. There's a fine line.
Garrett, are you in a tunnel? Are you going through a tunnel right
now? Do I sound like I'm going through a tunnel? Let's see if my voice. Oh, you know what happened?
No, you
voice?
sound like Max Headroom.
I got you. How do I sound now? Do I sound better?
Worse.
Worse? I just changed it. You can't say I sound
better.
Worse.
Right.
How do I sound now?
You sound better right this second.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, how long was I sounding bad for?
Just since we started.
Great. Wonderful. Terrific.
We didn't want to say anything, but
we didn't want to make you feel bad.
No, don't inconvenience me. You know, God knows.
I think it's your connection because like the stream will start buffering when you start cutting out.
Yeah, it must be. The connection must be a little laggy tonight. More than well, no. What happened was, you see, what happened was my source in Twitch or Discord got changed to default. So you got a webcam or y'all got something horrible. And I think the audience is getting my mic. So fingers crossed it's been good for you guys. Although, you know, the gremlins have not left.
Gremlins in the building.
I mean, the gremlins have always been here. They will always be here. There's nothing we can do.
Gremlins in this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
The gremlin.
Gremlins are in this bitch, and the girl is on the road. So I think, cause I think we were here to do something, right? Were we supposed to like watch something?
No, I think we're wrapping up.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. No, we have got to get into tonight.
Let's get this girl on the road.
Special presentation. We're getting this girl on the road. If you men have it queued up. See, I remembered.
Yes.
Yes, I have my Charlize Theron queued up over here.
All right. Terrific. All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and start. Hold on. We're going to go ahead and start Girl on the Road right now. Could you imagine? That's where I want to live, as a castle. I think that's what I really need, right?
Good evening.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi would be great.
I'm going to tell you another strange and unusual story of the unexplainable, which lies behind the veil. On the day our story takes place, John Prescott's problem was a very ordinary one. An automobile and the problem of getting it rolling. But as the hours passed, he found himself concerned with things not so ordinary.
Ooh, in the Twilight Zone.
Great value Twilight Zone.
Hey, this was a year before the Twilight Zone, okay?
We have Twilight Zone at home.
Twilight Zone at home.
I'm sorry.
Whoa, we got out of that car fast.
Yeah, he stopped that car really fast. He was going like 70 miles an hour.
He just ran right out of frame, pretty much.
Trouble?
My car won't start.
Trouble? No, I'm just looking at the engine.
Turn it over.
I just wanted to
I just
admire
love
the beautiful,
cars.
beautiful craftsmanship.
Battery okay? Nothing loose. Have you got gas?
I should have. This gauge kind of acts up sometimes.
As you say, gas gauges act up sometimes.
So
Can I make you a drink?
Yeah, just all of a sudden full bar in the trunk. Quagmire over here.
Bone dry.
All of these 50s movies, no matter what's going on.
Go get some gas.
Let me make you a drink. Oh my god.
What?
He's just like... that doesn't look like he meant to do that. His car's like sideways.
Kind of came in for a crash landing there.
Pretty much.
And then backflipped out.
He is driving Quagmire's car, though.
What? Oh no.
Yep, that's gonna not...
That should fix the gas problem.
It's not gonna make any scratches. That'll buff out.
No, I'm sorry.
No harm done.
Wait, she didn't do anything. What?
Yeah, what was that? What was the point of that?
He ran into her.
He's just a really bad driver.
The paint from your car scraped on the line. My fault.
He's blind.
I'll straighten out your license plate and we'll be wrapped and ready.
I'm very confused about what happened.
Is he doing some kind of scheme?
LK333. Meet 5H3872. That ought to serve as a proper introduction. Get in my car. I'll drive you to wherever you want to go.
This guy's a little intimidating.
I'm John.
Yeah,
Preston.
I don't understand why. Like, what?
He's giving off some weird vibes.
Let me run into your car real quick and then get in my car.
Here, get in my car. Ted Bundy over here.
He's just chaotic neutral so far.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right. But it seems like something sinister is just lurking in the background.
Yeah, they should have gas at this hotel. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll take 1 gallon of gas.
A cocktail to settle my
A gallon of
nerves.
gas, a room, and 2 cups of coffee.
No, I can't. I have to get back to my car.
Oh, I thought we were getting gas. Yeah. It's right in here in this hotel.
Come have coffee with me in the room.
Can I make you a drink?
This is so
Speak of the devil, boom.
stupid.
Can I buy you a drink? Can I buy you a No.
Evening. Martini?
Yeah, I didn't realize this was T-Pain.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
T-Pain's gonna show up in a second.
Yeah, they're in the club, dude. In the hotel club.
In the hotel bar.
At the roadside inn.
Yeah. It's the hottest bar in town, bro.
This place is pretty nice for the roadside inn.
The Azure Vault dares the assault of wings, and I, Icarus.
Icarus.
I'm just surprised you have to go inside to get to your room here.
You're a lovely lady.
Yes.
You have an easy way with words, John Prescott. A way uncommon with the Boston men.
Throwback to
What are
my
they eating?
great-great-grandfather, Miles Prescott.
What is that?
Ship's captain.
Those
Flowers.
The Orient, but was believed
It's
lost at sea.
what is it? Potpourri or something?
To the family. 20
That
years
makes
later, he
less
was found in
sense now.
Tahiti and refused to
Yeah, it really does.
I'll take the potpourri platter.
Gardenia is my favorite flower.
Compliments you, Sal. Milky white like your skin, warm like your eyes. Yet
Wow,
so
he
mysterious,
is really making a move.
so beautiful, almost unreal.
Let me talk to Morgan Deb.
Let's get out of here.
Oh no.
Please, we must go right away.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Hurry, please.
What's it all about?
Later, let's just get out of here now.
He is not in any hurry.
Who's Morgan Debs? I heard the bartender ask for him on the phone. That's what panicked you, isn't it?
Yes, now can we please go? I'll tell you about him later.
Slowly pulls away.
Wait a minute. You were going to tell me something, but you haven't said a word since we left the cafe except pull in here. Now, what about it? You're in trouble, aren't you?
Yes, but there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Maybe there is. I, for instance, am quite a remarkable fellow.
Wow.
Tell me, who is Morgan Debs?
I can't talk about it here. Please drive away or I'll be in more trouble.
I don't see how that's possible. Look at you, you're scared to death. Now, calm down. Tell me the trouble. We can work something out together. Make up your mind to it, because I'm not leaving until you do.
All right. There's a road down the highway that leads to Lookout Point. I'll meet you there at 9 o'clock. Please be satisfied with that.
No brush off. Promise?
I promise faithfully.
All right, then. Lookout Point at 9 o'clock. You be there. I'm coming after you,
Lookout.
Morgan Debs or no Morgan Debs.
Make out point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now I've got to go to the doctor and have my eyebrow lowered. pretty cool.
It looks like
Good girl. You made it.
I said I would.
looks like out near like Santa Monica, Malibu, California. I could be wrong.
No trouble? You got your car all right? Where'd you park?
Do you mind if we sit quietly for a few moments?
Wow, she said, shut the fuck up.
A great part of my life is wrapped up in memories of Lookout Point. Now I come back here as often as I can.
You're talking like a grandmother. I bet it wasn't too many years ago that you were giving the boys a bad time at high school dances.
And at college, wasn't I the one?
Is that where you met Morgan Debs?
No. Morgan's a much older man. I suppose we have to talk about him.
If I'm going to help you. And I'm determined on that point.
Then listen carefully, John Prescott.
John Prescott.
This spot...
I want someone to say my first and last name every time they address me.
That's not discomforting or unsettling
here that
at
I brought all
all.
my problems, and here that I came to celebrate my small triumphs. Then one night, something terrible happened.
Morgan Debs? You sit tight. I'll slip into my armor and go face the dragon.
Nothing. No
That
reaction.
was not a very confident, it was like a...
Wasn't a great line.
In his little grin, that was like...
Mr. Prescott?
Do I know you?
I think you've heard of me. I'm Morgan Debs.
I've heard of you.
Morgan.
What are you doing up here?
Delivering a message.
Morgan, that's your girl's name.
The young lady you're expecting will not be here.
You got it, Fresh.
She agrees with me. It is advisable for you to go on your way and make no further effort to see her.
Why didn't the young lady give me the message herself?
As I said, she will not be here.
I don't know where you're getting all your information, but you're fouled up tonight. She's been here for the last 15 minutes.
Fouled up tonight.
Lila?
You're fouled up. You fucker.
Yeah.
Lila?
It seems like he's just avoiding the word fuck in general. You fucked up. You got your information fucked up tonight, bro.
Yeah, you little fucking bitch. Man named Morgan ass bitch.
She was here a minute ago.
That's what he needs to say.
Nothing. I haven't moved from this car, as you very well know.
You didn't have to. You've got a hold over her. She's scared to death of you. Why?
Steady, Charles. We have no quarrel with Mr. Prescott. Now, why don't you just drive on and forget what happened here tonight?
Why don't you tell me why I should? Now remember, Charles, steady.
No.
A man can't lose a beautiful girl in the woods and just forget about her.
Even if I assure you that she's all right?
Then you do know what happened to her.
Yes, I know.
Well, at least tell me where I can reach her so I can call her or send a note or send flowers. I can't just run away like this.
Just find her.
So far, no harm has been done. But if you persist pursuing this matter, innocent people will be hurt. Now, you don't want that to happen, do you?
Of course not. But on the other hand, I don't want to go through the rest of my life wondering what this is all about.
I'm afraid you have no alternative. Now, just drive on, and I'll take care of everything here.
Put me in an awkward position.
You put yourself in an awkward position. I'm trying to get you out of it.
We're almost there. That's
That
it.
is
That's
going
the
to
break.
take us to the break. Got a little bit of a mystery on our hands, I would say. It seems seems like Karloff, this man named Morgan, pretty mysterious. I don't know. They were having a whirlwind romance.
This one is pretty interesting so far.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think he's gonna be drinking later with his friends and be like, I was about to steal the deal, and this old fucker pulled up in a car and cock blocked me. Can't believe it, dude.
Shit out of me, bro.
I have the worst luck. And then his friends are gonna be like, "Well, who is the girl?" And he'll be like, "You wouldn't know her. She goes to a different school."
And then they'd be like, "Who is the guy?" And then you say it was Boris Karloff.
And then they're like, because that's just the initial
Like,
reaction.
okay, well, we definitely don't believe you.
You guys ever seen Frankenstein? It was him.
It was that. Bullshit. I'm like, no, dude, I swear to God.
Dude, I swear to God, fucking Frankenstein pulls up in a limo and tells me to get the fuck out. The chick just disappears on me, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, as far as the kind of like the tension is being built, I would say, like there's definitely, I would say not a lot is necessarily clear right now, but it's, they're building up relationships and stakes in a way that's all building to something that I think that we can all kind of like, we're all into.
Well, if it ends with Boris Karloff closing a book by the fireplace and saying, "Haha, isn't that interesting?" again, I'm gonna throw something.
I mean, let's not be hasty now. I'll go ahead and tell you that probably every episode will end with Boris Karloff closing a book, but I don't think it'll be as abrupt. I think, again,
God.
This one might have an ending.
Yeah, this one might actually end.
Yeah, I will be interested to see what you guys think. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Last week's episode was directed by a guy who did some horror movies, Herbert Strock. I can't remember the ones that he did off the top of my head because they're not good. But the director of tonight's episode, his name is George Wagner, and he did actually a lot of kind of some of the famous Universal, or he did some Universal monster movies. The most famous one that he directed was The Wolfman. And so he's kind of got a little bit of a reputation. It's funny that in 1958 he was directing television and directing Boris Karloff. But he's always, in the films of his that I have seen, I've always considered him to be a competent director. He's pretty good. He's much better than that one director that I have chided. Gene Yarborough. I chastised him last season many times when we were watching The Devil Bat. But this guy, he was like a producer. He did a lot of things. He had worked with Karloff before in a movie called The Climax, which
nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen
it. Was an adult film.
I was waiting for it was the first adult film released by a mainstream studio, Universal. No. So it came out.
We're just doing something different for this.
We decided we're going to change it up. You know what? People want to see sex. And they were right. So this movie came out in 1944, and Karloff is the star. I do not like this movie. George Wagner is a good director, and his direction of the movie is competent, but it's just a boring movie. If you like musicals and you like Phantom of the Opera, this is basically, it started as a Phantom of the Opera sequel, and then that fell through, so it just became this movie that takes place at an opera with Boris Karloff as a spooky guy. So it's just kind of random, but the trailer's good. The trailer's fun. All the old trailers are fun. I love these old movie trailers.
Why is it called a trailer when it's at the beginning?
Wow,
you're blowing my mind right now. Fresh.
Shouldn't the trailer come after whatever the
right? Because it's trailing.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, that may harken back to the whole idea of, double features and movies, multiple movies on a bill and kind of cycling through every day, you may see trailers after the end of a movie waiting for the next movie, you know? So who knows? Maybe that was just because I think that was the idea back in the day, was that the movies just ran all day long, and like there was always trailers and cartoons and stuff in between it. So it was like kind of, if you were walking in at the time of the feature, but then you were gonna sit and watch other things, and the other stuff's kind of trailing. I'm just bullshit. I
Right.
don't know if that's true.
I think we just don't
it
know
would
what a
make
trailer
sense
is. I
if
think that's the logical
if you're
explanation.
you're spending all day at the cinema.
At the cinema, which if you got Movie Pass, which just got resurrected this past week.
Oh, they brought it back?
Yeah, they did. They've
It's
resurrected.
gonna drive them out of business again.
Yeah, more than likely. I don't think anything's
I watched
changed.
a video about how they went under. It was pretty funny.
Man,
I think the new plan is that they changed it, so you have to earn credits to go see the movies now by watching ads.
Actually,
so it's actually a sustainable business model.
I would kind of do that.
I would not. I would just pay the $11 to see the movie.
I don't understand. I was visiting some friends this past week, and I got asked, like, you know, I was like, yeah, I watch it. They were like, do you watch a lot of TV? I said, yeah. They're like, you don't hate the ads? I was like, no, ads don't really bother me. They're like, oh my God, like we can't watch anything with ads. And if the ads come on, we just mute the TV because we can't even listen to it.
I just can't deal with these ads.
Yeah, they're just like, and I'm like, I've just kind of accepted it as a fact of life. I've never been vehemently opposed to advertisements because you never know when something wild or weird or crazy is going to come on, or fun. So, you know, I like to be open to the experience of advertising. So if I can get a movie ticket out of it, well, you know, I'm not going to.
How many ads is it? I think that
probably a lot. I got
assume
an
it's
email.
got to be a lot to pay for the movie ticket, because like you're not going to get all the revenue. They're going to get some, right? And then
also, you know, I'm not like promoting Movie Pass. And full disclosure, I guess I have to say, full disclosure, I do own Movie Pass stock, or the company that was. I don't know if they still own Movie Pass or not. But, even though I was part of a class action lawsuit, which I got a very paltry sum of like $20 for investing in Movie Pass, but I still got my stock. So, you know, Fresh, you can badmouth Movie Pass all you want, but I love the concept. Maybe one day somebody will figure it out. But until then, come watch free movies here with us. Free movies and TV.
yeah, you don't need Movie Pass. You've got the Scream Stream.
You got the Scream Stream. So
yeah, why use Movie Pass when you have this?
When you have this, all the free stuff you could ever want. Except these trailers. Most of these trailers are things we can't show. Just like this trailer for the movie The Climax, which we're gonna show, and then when we come back,
nice.
Yes, thank you. Please do that every time I say The Climax. And we're gonna show the trailer for The Climax, and we're gonna get back into the exciting conclusion of Girl on the Road. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Here, in the midst of gaiety and splendor, lurks a monster of psychological horror. A fiend whose murderous conscience is haunted by a voice from the past. A voice tormenting him to the point of madness.
Rest, my dear, gently slipping away into another world. A world of my design, where you will be helpless without me. Tonight you give your voice and your will to me.
starring the lovely songbird of Phantom of the Opera, Susanna Foster, the terrorizing star of Arsenic and Old Lace, Boris Karloff, and a romantic new star acclaimed for his role in Dragon Seed, Turan Bey, with June Vincent, George Dolenz, Gail Sondergaard, Thomas Gomez, Jane Farrar, Ludwig Stossel, and ballet and chorus of 100.
I was so worried about you, I forgot to tell you how wonderful you were.
Hold me tight. Please hold me tight. Franz, I'm afraid.
I've come to help you, my dear. You don't want to sing, do you?
Dr. Honer, don't look at me like that.
And we are back. So Fresh was just enlightening us to something that's kind of blowing mine and Evan's mind right now. So I mean, I think again, part of this show, this whole idea of the supernatural, the paranormal, it's also a question of, is there intelligent life out there beyond our own? Aliens. It's always been a very interesting topic, I think, to all of us. And it turns out Fresh is going to indulge that a little bit. Tell us, Fresh, about your little escapade.
So I live in an area known as the Mountain States, and there is in Colorado a UFO watchtower, which is just this location that this lady bought and put a building and a lot of, I think, displays and different things. And there's no light pollution, so the idea is to go there and then you can watch for UFOs. And not to sound crazy, but I have definitely seen one or two in areas where there's no light pollution out here.
Ooh. Okay, very cool. So Fresh, you have seen a UFO. Well, do you feel?
I didn't know what it was, so yes, it was a UFO.
Yeah, in the technical sense.
A very technical sense, and
well, I didn't identify it.
I don't know what that is.
So it's not actually like a tower per se. It's.
I don't.
Well, what is a tower?
Well,
it's a very short tower. It's a one-story tower.
Oh, well, I guess that's something. I mean.
No, I think it's just a building, and it's just called that because it's in an area where you can watch, because there's.
I was gonna say, you're saying it doesn't look like this picture on the GeoCities website of the Quonset hut and the little.
Yeah, I
thing
think that's
hanging
it.
over
I think that's it. I think that is it.
I guarantee.
I can't wait to go.
It's gotta actually look like that. God, that's gotta be
You
so
can camp.
much fun.
You can camp there for $15.
Are you camping,
so I think
or is it just like, are you going up for a quick trip?
We're just going. Me and my buddy are gonna ride up there just for the day.
Nice.
I do not want to sleep near crazy people.
Yeah, that might get a little
close to aliens.
Yeah, yeah,
close to UFOs.
Yeah.
That's just asking for it.
You're just gonna get probed immediately.
Immediately, like, what is this, amateur hour?
I mean, it's definitely not the safe, out in the open is not the safest place to be when the aliens come. I feel like the people at the that are watching for the aliens are going to be the first people to go. Call me crazy, but
have you guys seen Nope yet?
No,
Nope.
Okay.
All right. I need to go. Evan and I, we need to go. We need to.
I won't make a joke then, but I know the tactic now. So if you guys see Nope, you'll also know the tactic to not get abducted by aliens.
Okay.
That's interesting.
It's an educational
That's very
film.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a cautionary tale.
Yes.
I mean, I've heard great things. Everybody tells me I need to go see it in a theater, so I will go see it in a theater. But I have not seen Nope, Nope, I have not seen Nope, but I will.
Yo, they have a Second Life world that you can join.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I saw that on the website and I was like, what the heck is that?
What is that?
Yeah, someone made us. It's like a VR thing before VR was a thing. So it's just like this virtual world. You can create a character and meet people and explore. And they just built this ridiculous like UFO themed fucking world.
Second Life?
Yeah, it's very old.
That's real?
Yeah. Well,
what do you mean? Yeah.
Well, did you think it was fake?
Well, no. Okay. For any of you Office fans out there, there's like an episode where Dwight, like,
it's not just from The Office.
well, I didn't think it was real. I thought they were making fun of like Sims or like some kind of game where you can like, but like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that was an actual thing, and then, you know,
yeah, it's a
nope, definitely a thing.
Now I'm just finding out it's a thing. So, mind blown. But I can check that out.
Do you think their Second Life world is still active?
No way.
There's no way. It says moving to new location, new Second Life URL coming soon, and I assume that was added in like 1937 when this site was created.
God, so you gotta love old like websites from the very well, again, 2000 isn't necessarily the early days of the internet, but in our, you know,
still kind of early.
In our view, it is. I mean, with God knows, 2000 was probably the very first time we were getting on the internet. Those, you know.
When was the first time we were getting off on the internet?
Do the math. But I think that kids nowadays, it's just you grew up with the internet that it's like you don't even know, you're not amazed by it. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Fresh? If anything,
I was gonna say if anyone who is watching this somehow doesn't understand the internet yet, you can go to YouTube and look at the Kids Guide to the Internet, and you'll get a nice informational video that will teach you, how everything works.
Sounds like a trap.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Evan. It sounds 100% like a trap. But
you guys think I'm a troll?
No, not at all, dude. No, you're definitely not a troll. No way.
Here you go.
You
guys.
a troll?
There you go. Well, just keep that in your back pocket. It's a good video.
Okay. I'll make sure.
It's not a trap. It's just, very lame.
Oh, okay. Great. Even better. Well, I think that it's about time to get this show on the road. So we are going to get into the exciting conclusion of Girl on the Road, if you boys have it queued up.
Queued up.
Always queued up.
Oh no, don't say that. Don't say that.
By.
No Q endorsements here.
Stand down, Q.
Yeah, no, do not stand by. Go away, go far away. And never come back. Never show your face again. Want nothing to do with you, Q. You suck. Did I leave anything out?
You standing by. I'm ready.
Oh my god, fuck you. All right, well, since these men have it ready, then we're gonna get into the exciting conclusion of Girl on the
Gentlemen,
Road.
Please.
Gentlemen. You're not gentlemen. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna get into the exciting conclusion of Girl on the Road right now. was leaning back too
Yes,
far.
sir.
My
My name is
looked like I
Prescott.
was doing something.
I think I should report something that happened tonight. I was at a place called Lookout Point with a girl, and she disappeared.
Disappeared? You mean she ran away from you?
I don't know. I was sitting with her in my car when a man named Morgan Debs drove up. I got out to talk to him. And when I looked at the girl, she was gone.
Well, who's the girl?
Lila. I don't know her last name.
Did Morgan Debs know her?
He must have. After she disappeared, he told me to forget about it. If something happens to her...
Well, what could happen to her?
I don't know for sure. But I'll tell you one thing. She was afraid of him.
Did she tell you why?
She was just about to when he drove up.
That's not much, Mr. Prescott.
Prescott.
Mr. Prescott.
Morgan Debs is a powerful man in
No,
this
it's
community.
Prescott, okay?
Very well.
It's not
Question
Prescott.
him without something
How
a
would
little
you
more
even spell?
substantial to
How would
go
you
on.
even spell
Isn't
that?
it enough
Get
to know
out
that
of
she was afraid of him?
I only have your word for it. If I could talk to the girl. Can't you tell me something more about her?
She was beautiful, blonde, blue eyes, drove a red sports car. Her name was Lila, and she used to live around here. You ought to be able to recognize her from that.
Sorry, I don't. Maybe she was before my time. I've only been sheriff here a year.
Well, you can't help me at all. Why did I even
This is my
come
first day.
Home to Boston.
Essentially, if you've only been sheriff
her
of a
name
small
and I'll
town
do what
for
I
a
can to
year,
help
it's
her.
only been a day.
In the meantime,
essentially.
where will you be if anything comes up?
I'll be trying to help myself.
Ooh.
Yep. Oh, you can sit here and smoke your pipe. It's fine. I'll just take care of it myself. It's fine.
Evening. Can I help you?
Yes, I want to talk about a girl.
A man that can't find time for that is a coward.
This is a particular girl. Blonde, blue eyes. Drove a red sports car. Stalled a few miles up the highway. She came here to get gas for it, remember?
Well, I should from that description. But there's been no girl here.
You sure?
Yep.
I left her here before
There
dinner.
is no girl.
Were you on duty then?
I'm on duty all the time.
Well, then you must remember.
Duty.
You or somebody around here had to drive her back to her car with the gas.
Wasn't me. I wouldn't forget a dish like that. Besides, I haven't sold a gallon of gasoline since late this afternoon.
Pop.
And that was to a kid on a motorbike.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, he's beating the
my
shit
God,
out
just-
of him.
He attacked him right there in broad daylight.
Like, multiple blows. This guy just comes
Damn,
back like, hey, you passed out.
Hey, you can't park here, pal.
You must be doing something somebody don't
Can I
want
make you a drink?
You see who it was?
No. I heard a car, thought it was
It's
business, came out here
100%
and
the
found you.
recurring phrase anytime
the car?
something horrible
Must be
happens
taillights
on
drove
this
so
show
fast.
now. Can I make you a drink?
Whoever it was knew their stuff. You're
Especially in
not
these
marked up.
old things, it never fails.
Not
Anytime
that you
something
notice it.
horrible happens, somebody is close by with alcohol.
You know Morgan Debs?
Mr. Debs? Sure. If it wasn't for him, I couldn't keep this place open. You a friend of his?
In a way. At least I'm getting to know him better.
Yeah, no thanks for the drink, nothing, just, yep, I'm leaving now. Dude, I want a car that bounces like these old cars.
That's what I'm saying, all this rocking.
It's like driving the moon buggy.
That would have been sick.
Sorry, mister, we're closed.
All I want from you is information. Remember me?
Can't say I do.
I was in here with a lady.
Could be. I don't see everybody. Bar gets busy.
We were here early. You wouldn't forget her. Beautiful, blonde. Who was she?
You say you were with her, don't you know?
I'm trying to be very patient with you. We sat right there, ordered 2 martinis. You recognized the girl, went to that phone and called Morgan Debs.
Who's Morgan Debs?
You're a clown.
Jesus.
The girl and I both heard you ask for him.
Being smart.
All right, so I called
You
Boris.
ratted me out, you son of
A lot of people call him. He's a big man.
The girl got scared when she heard his name. Why?
Why don't you ask Morgan Tebbs?
I'm working up to him right now. I'm asking you.
I don't know. Everybody has dame trouble sooner or later. Why don't you have a nightcap?
This is no dame trouble. This is a lady. Now, who is she and what is she afraid of?
I don't know.
Her first name is Lila. What's the rest of it?
I don't know, I tell you.
You knew enough to make that phone call. I'd suggest you tell me why you still can.
I can't.
I love fake choking. It's just like
choke away.
How they even act that, because it's like
He's really gripping his collarbones.
Lila, Kirby.
Does she live around here?
it's like all on the person being choked. Well, no, I mean they're both having to sell it the whole way. He's gonna like, and the other guy's gotta.
That's
Gotta look like you're putting some force into it.
Right.
Mrs. Kirby?
Yes.
I'm John Prescott. I hate to bother you at this time of night, but it's important.
Mrs. Kirby, and then she just opens her mouth really wide and inhales him.
Come in, young man.
What ability would you get if you swallowed Mr. Prescott?
What about my daughter?
I was with her. She left me.
The ability
That
to
is,
be
we
really
got separated
bad at
somehow.
trying to seduce
I wanted to
women.
make sure she was all right.
Of course she's all right, Mr. Prescott.
John Prescott.
How nice of you to bother. She's up in her room.
May I see her for a moment?
Well, it's awfully late, isn't it?
Yes, and I apologize for intruding, but it's very important.
Very
If you'll
important.
wait in the study, I'll tell her you're here.
I need to hit her with my car again.
Bumper? I don't even know her.
It's like Elena Noir now. He's just walking around staring.
Gonna take the photograph out of the frame.
Twist it around.
Ah. Terror.
That's what my mother always said. Beat him, she said, and he's stubborn as a mule. Wheedle him, and he's yours.
I'm sorry about the beating.
Very artistic job.
I told Charles to keep an eye on you, that's all. May I try a little wheedling, as your mother used to say?
Yeah, I try a little weed.
May I try a little wheedling? That's how I'm gonna, yeah.
I talked to
that's
Mrs.
what
Kirby.
you gotta start saying.
She's gone upstairs to get
Try
Lila.
a little wheedling.
She won't be back, and Lila's not upstairs. She's dead.
Dead?
You just promised me she was okay.
She went off Lookout Point 3 years ago in her car. Was killed instantly.
That's impossible. I was with her tonight. I talked to her. What kind of a joke is this?
No joke, unfortunately.
What kind of funny business you playing on me?
Here. Read those. Go on, read them.
She got the front page headline.
Plunges to death.
She really died. She died so fucking hard. She got the front page.
Lila is dead. Who was I with tonight?
I think you were with Lila Kirby.
That's ridiculous.
I can't explain it. This is the second time she's reappeared. She seems to be drawn to Lookout Point, the scene of the accident.
And, when you get there, she disappears?
Yes. I was hoping this time would be the end of it.
According to these, you were with her.
Yes. Lila's impulsive. I was the guardian for her father's estate, and there were things I had to discuss with her. And the night in question, she didn't like the things that I was saying and started to drive away.
What about Mrs. Kirby? She's gone upstairs to get Lila. She is Lila's mother, isn't she?
Yes, and my sister. Lila's death was a terrible shock to her from which she hasn't completely recovered. That's why I want to keep the news of these reappearances away from her. Anything that reopened the tragedy to her might result in her becoming completely deranged.
Nice monologue.
Maybe I am difficult, as you say.
Little soliloquy.
It's hard to believe. Such a beautiful girl. So full of life. I met her this afternoon. Her car was stalled on the highway. Turned out she was merely out of gas.
What kind of a car was it?
A red sports car. Low, rakish. Just the kind you'd expect her to drive.
Low, rakish. Is it rakish?
Rakish.
But it's been
Yeah,
lying
isn't
at the
that,
foot of the point for 3 years. Hardly seen
We
one
know what
car
rakish
try to have
means,
it
don't we?
turned away.
Doesn't it
Now
mean?
you understand.
Am I allowed to say slutty?
Yes, you're allowed to say that.
Lewd. I just had to Google it. I forgot what it meant.
You don't remember in 7th grade English? Didn't we have the same teacher?
Dude, as good of a student as I was, no, I don't remember.
Rakish.
Was that one of our
a
vocab words?
It was a cartoon of a hoe, and he was like,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
a rake and a hoe.
I remember that.
He was dying laughing.
It is pretty funny.
It was so dumb. We had the best 7th grade English teacher. He was amazing. Amazing.
I hate how the twist on these comes in the middle of the show.
LK333.
Well, I guess it's near the end.
5H3872.
Did John actually see Lila? How can we ever truly know?
I'm done.
But
I'm done.
we are.
Later, guys.
It's not the only case of this kind that has been reported. In my pursuit of these strange and unusual happenings, I've come across several other such occurrences. Experts have a name for this, but to define it is not to explain it. The explanation still lies beyond our present understanding. For how long? Who is to say? Please join me again for another journey into the world
he makes
of
some
the
banging fried chicken.
unexplainable, which lies
You know it's
behind
frying up back there behind him.
night.
Old-fashioned pot.
A huge fireplace.
Okay, I wanted to talk about that because I thought that might look a little weird. So apparently, for whatever reason, George Wagner asked to be credited that way multiple times at the end of his career, where every letter of his name is lowercase except the 2 G's in the middle of Wagner. And I don't know. I just saw that today. Like, just looked it up. And I have no clue what the rhyme or reason was.
It feels like a power move.
It does. It just feels like somebody wanted to be like, check this out. Look what I can do. You've never seen this before.
Dude, there's no rules. You can do whatever.
Credits doesn't matter.
I think it's like he wanted to show everyone he had just fucking dominated the whole game. So it's like a GG at the end of his career.
I mean, it was definitely toward the end of his career. And I don't get it. Because when I was a kid and I watched The Veil for the first time and I'd see his name in the credits, and I always thought it was like, they just misprint these credits. They just mess up doing this. Like, what is it like me when I would, back in high school doing things on Windows Movie Maker and got a misspelling in every credit? And it's like, no, it wasn't that. It was just that's how I just found it out today. That's how he wanted to be credited. So,
George Wagner.
Yeah, I don't get it. It is weird and wild and cool and weird and it's so many things. And he's credited normal in the Universal horror movies he did, but for some reason he did a bunch of TV directing at the end of his life. He's credited that way on all of it, with lower cases except the 2 G's. And yeah, I didn't know that till today. So
Man is a wild card.
pretty wild. Yeah, wild card for sure. So that was Girl on the Road. What'd you guys think?
You know what
I thought one was better.
You know what? Fresh was not amused.
Was she a
ghost? Yeah, I think. I mean,
we'll never know. Catch us next time for a completely different story.
I feel like the rhythm on the twist still, it's not as on the same level as Twilight Zone is, I think.
Yeah, it should have been right at the end, and it shouldn't have been Boris Karloff telling him that she was dead. That was a little
right. Like this show kind of feels like it's like if somebody used like After Effects to like add Boris Karloff to an episode of Twilight Zone. Just kind of photoshopped him in.
Yeah, right before some last big twist, and this is all of a sudden, all right, and here's Boris Karloff just ending the story. It's over now. I mean, again, I think you guys are both right, and I think that's where you have to give Twilight Zone credit, is that they really did perfect the storytelling and the structure in their script writing to, really save everything for a big moment at the end that could really be satisfying. And yeah, I think like this and like, I mean, again, we're only 2 episodes in. I think at the end we'll really be able to judge, how does this compare to One Step Beyond as far as what they, the way they tell a story. But, yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell that it's still off as far as, what Twilight Zone was able to hit. And I think...
Right. And we can reserve a little judgment.
We can. We still got 8 episodes. And
no.
Yes, you can, Fresh. Yes, you
I will not reserve any
reserve
judgment.
Your judgment. We have 8 more episodes. And one thing that I think I've said, at least last week, that I don't think I was really correct about, is that it's not like anthology paranormal horror series. It's not like 1958, 59 was like that. This was like a new thing. I mean, since television's inception, there were always like, horror anthologies or, science fiction anthology television shows. And that all really started out of radio. And, then you got shows in the that transitioned to television in the 50s, like Lights Out and like Suspense, which was that Lugosi thing that Fresh and I watched last season, which is not up on YouTube yet. That's like a bonus feature. But horror anthologies were around for a long time, and yeah, I mean, Twilight Zone really perfected the storytelling, but it's cool to see how it got to that point, because we were like, this is pretty much like a Twilight Zone episode. It just doesn't end very well.
It's just worse.
It's just worse. And again, but most of that you can attribute to the ending. Like, the story doesn't get to an unpredictable, like, wild place. It's kind of like, all right. Kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
But still fun. I still thought, I mean, you got... at what point did you guys realize she was a ghost?
When Boris Karloff said she's a ghost.
So, but you didn't. So you didn't see it coming.
No.
Yeah, I guess not.
I didn't.
But that's a good thing.
It would have been a little. It would have been. They should have used a little more finesse to imply that she was a ghost instead of Boris Karloff rolling up and saying, "Hey, she's a ghost." You did not expect this.
I think now again, I don't expect anybody to go back and watch these things multiple times. But again, it's one of those things that I feel like I realized after seeing it a couple times. Like, you can see in her responses, you can see in how she behaves with him, her nuances, right? It's too subtle, maybe. Maybe that's the problem.
I think it was supposed to have unraveled earlier. Is that your point? Like it was supposed to be a little hinted at earlier than Boris said.
Is that my point, or is that what you would have liked to have seen?
I would have I mean, I don't really care if you know it before the twist, but I think the twist should have been maybe him just finding her destroyed car, overgrown with bushes, and that would have been enough.
You think that should have come before? Like, are you saying like just nix the Karloff stuff, or just put him finding the car before the Karloff stuff?
Instead of the Karloff stuff, yeah.
Just get rid of the Karloff stuff, just him finding the car. I could see that. I could definitely see that. In a Twilight Zone version of this, I could see them building that out more artfully in that moment, as opposed to in this show, which hinges on the star. Okay, now we've got to have a moment where the star does his thing. And, you know, again, the last week's episode wasn't necessarily like that. You know, it wasn't like, you know, again, last week he was a bumbling policeman. This week he had a little bit more of a kind of hand in how things were playing out. And
so, final verdict, was he the bad guy?
What do you guys think?
No, I don't think he was the bad guy.
Not such a bad guy.
Evan, is that where you fall as well? Bad guy, or should he have just let the ghost woo this man until more like inevitably? And hey, again, maybe Twilight Zone would have gone this route. She tries to get him to the top of the lookout point and like tries to kill him, right? Or tries to get him to get his car to go over lookout point, and maybe Boris Karloff just saves him in the nick of time, right?
Do you think he banged that ghost at lookout point?
I think he could have if Boris Karloff didn't cock block him. Remember?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's the villain.
So Evan's verdict is that Boris Karloff was the villain because he cock blocked the guy. All right, that's pretty cut and dry.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, pretty cut and dry.
It's an open and shut case.
Oh man. Well, I think that was a lot of fun. That was The Girl on the Road, which again, I think it's kind of like you know, it's a vanishing hitchhiker kind of a story, which I've done my own adaptation of. Everybody does kind of an adaptation of the vanishing.
Everybody's done a vanishing hitchhiker.
Everybody's done that. I think this is just a variation on that. And it's, you know, again, they could have, Twilight Zone would have gone somewhere different, just like with One Step Beyond, but still interesting, still fun, still a fun story. So that was Girl on the Road. A lot of fun, I thought. I actually enjoyed that one. So you can join us here on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for another episode of The Veil. I don't know what the title is. I have not looked at next week's episode yet. But should be fun. On Friday, you can join us on the main stream for The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is going to be our one silent movie of this season, the cycle of 10 movies. We're getting it out of the way early, but it's still good. I still think that, again, if you're a fan of the 1996 Disney animated film, I don't see any reason. This is the same story. It's just not cartoons and music. There's music. It's just all music.
It's just not the things people like the Disney.
There's just no voice and no sound and no colors. It's just all the it's all the things that you don't like if you like Disney. But the story's the same. So if you like a good costume drama, if you like a good romance, if you like a good melodrama, all of these things, and a little bit of horror. It's not per se a horror movie, as we'll find out, but it laid the groundwork for a lot of the horror movies that are now considered super influential. So we're going to give it its due. It's a Lon Chaney movie, so we're keeping on the Lon Chaney train this week as well. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm excited. I don't know. You guys never read Hunchback of Notre Dame, right? Like that's not.
I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't read it.
No, not popular. I haven't either. Not popular reading.
But I have seen this film already.
You've seen this particular one.
This one?
It's Disney, right?
Oh yeah. No, we got the contract. The deal finally went through. We have the license, the super license. We can show whatever we want.
Yeah, I talked to Walt. I cleared it all up.
Imagine getting a takedown request from Disney and you responding, "It's fine, I have this super license."
I got the super license. You guys know about the super license, right? No. Well, I guess you don't
unfreeze him and ask him about it.
I guess Walt didn't give you guys the clearance. What clearance? Exactly.
Yeah, super clearance.
Super clearance, yeah. I mean, it's...
Well, he's not going to be very happy if we have to wake him up for this.
No, you wouldn't want to wake Walt out of his slumber under the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, would you? Yes, no. And I can't even show the trailer for that movie next week because I will get a takedown request. So, but we'll be talking all about the literary traditions. We'll be talking about Lon Chaney. We'll be talking about Universal, all that good stuff on Friday. I think this is one of those movies that Evan is going to like for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Evan, like, you liked the Golem, right?
I did enjoy the Golem.
I feel like if you like the Golem, you like this. It's, very similar in the sense that, like, you can see the horror imagery, but it's not necessarily a horror movie per se. It's more costume melodrama. That's what Golem was. I mean, the expressionism was good. And what we'll find in Hunchback is that the sets, all the design is very detailed. This was their super jewel. So a lot of money went into this. So
super clearance.
Yeah, no, this is very much the super is the big theme of Friday because, I mean, most of the movies we see here on this show are low budget. The movie we're watching on Friday was like one of the most expensive movies at the time. So we're in for a treat, I would say. A little more quality. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Please join us on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. For that, you can keep track of all this on our socials at Scream Stream Show on Twitter. Also have an Instagram where we also do a fun little segment every week that we preview on our Instagram. It's for the main shows. We pair a fun little cocktail or drink with the movie in a little segment which we call Evan.
What were you drinking?
What were you drinking?
This week we are drinking the Cathedral to go with our Notre Dame film. The Cathedral is made with gin, orange juice, lemon juice, agave nectar, coriander, some wheat beer, and get this, an egg white.
Yeah, that was
That's
the most
right. Hell yeah.
interesting part of the drink that I was kind of taken aback by. And you're full on going with the egg white.
I think we have to. I think it's not going to be the same.
I like egg whites. Like I prefer egg white. Like, don't even get me started on how I like my eggs. But let's just say
Dude,
like
don't even get me started on egg whites, bro.
But I like egg whites, and so I didn't know coriander. Was that the one that it's
it's just cilantro, I guess.
Cilantro. I feel like I've heard coriander before, but I've always been like, what is this, some mythical thing? What's coriander? And now I see it's just cilantro. And I'm like, well, okay, like,
excuse me, my lord, I don't have coriander in my spice cabinet.
I don't have coriander, I just have cilantro. I hope this will do. Same thing, you fucking idiot. I mean, I had no clue.
Don't you feel ridiculous?
I really do. Don't I have egg white on my face? So yeah, you can go on our Instagram page at Scream Stream Show to check out that cocktail recipe. It sounds pretty delicious. I'm very excited for it. Any kind of gin, and what is this? Wheat beer.
Yeah.
So it's a little. It's gonna have some interesting flavors.
Belgian Vit beer.
Yeah, it certainly feels very European, I will say. So I think we're
Europoopin', more like.
Got him. Got me.
It's beer and egg whites. Bottoms up.
Beer and egg whites and gin. Bottoms up. I mean, it honestly. I think it will be delicious. I am very
It sounds pretty good.
It does sound good. So we're getting fancy this week. So if you want to get fancy on Friday with us, go to the liquor store, go buy, or grocery store, go buy all those ingredients and make yourself a little cathedral cocktail. Get you some eggs. Now on the website it says organic, but I can't imagine that we're going that fancy.
Just get a cart thing of egg whites, like the egg beaters.
Yeah, they do make like just egg whites, like pre.
Right. Yeah, I know. I was definitely gonna do that.
Oh, okay,
I was hoping you weren't gonna actually cook eggs.
We can do it, Evan. Let's cook the eggs. Come over 2 hours earlier. Let's get these eggs going.
Tonight's drink is scrambled eggs.
It's like 4 o'clock, and Garrett's like, "Where are you at? We got to get these eggs."
We decided to do breakfast for dinner. It's breakfast for the entire show. I'm cooking flapjacks on the griddle the whole time we're watching Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Now that would be a stream.
Now that would be a stream. Making food the whole time. Oh man.
Pancake night.
Pancake night. We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to like be cooking. I mean, you're over here making drinks the whole time. We've talked about needing a food menu. We're gonna have to do some night where I'm cooking in the studio.
We gotta get the griddle in there.
You're making drinks. I'm cooking food. We got a whole party going. I mean, that's what it is. That's all we're doing.
We'll fire up the grill.
We're bringing the party to your
we'll
living
be outside.
room. Yes.
This is our outdoor stream.
We might as well. If we're cooking, we'll take it outdoor. But until then, we're gonna keep bringing the horror indoors to your living room every Wednesday and Friday. So please join us on Friday. Join us next Wednesday. Until then, sweet screams, everybody.
And to all, a good fright.